Good evening. I'd like to call the January 3rd, 2024 regular City of Vacaville regular meeting of the Parks and Recreation Commission to order. Happy New Year, everyone. And if I could please ask Secretary Flancia Reyes to please call roll.
Commissioner Oz.
Here.
Commissioner Berumen.
Here.
Commissioner Gutierrez.
Here.
Commissioner Shea.
Here.
Commissioner Thompson. Vice Chair McMahon.
Here.
And Chair Vasquez.
Here. And if we could please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, welcome everyone. Happy New Year. If we could please move on to agenda item 3, approval of the agenda. Do we have any amendments or revisions to the agenda? No? Okay, seeing none, can I get a motion?
Motion.
Second. A motion by McMahon and a second by Gutierrez. All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Okay. And then, let's see, agenda item 4, approval of the minutes from the regular meeting of November 1, 2023. Do we have any revisions or amendments to the minutes? Okay, seeing none, can I get a motion?
Motion to approve.
I'll second.
Okay, so motion by Oz and a second by Shea. All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Okay, minutes are approved. And let's see, so moving on to agenda item 5, communications. Do we have any communications for the commission tonight?
Yes, we do, Commission Chair. The Vacaville People's Forum sent an invitation to the 4th Annual MLK Day of Celebration, which will be held on Monday, January 15th, to the commission, and you guys should have that flyer in your packet. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Okay, and we'll move right along to agenda item 6A, presentation. Director Hubbard, would you like to introduce our first presentation?
Absolutely. Thank you, Commission Chair. We have Facility Maintenance Coordinator Luis Prieto and Office Assistant Cristina Hernandez, who will be making a presentation on our facilities and our reservations for the year of 2023.
Welcome, Luis. Welcome, Christina.
Good evening, Chair, Vice Chair, and Commissioners, City staff, and community members. My name is Cristina Hernandez, Office Assistant with the Parks and Recreation Department, located at Ulatis Community Center.
My name is Luis Prieto. I'm a Facilities Maintenance Coordinator at the Three Oaks Community Center for the Parks and Recreations Department.
Vacaville is fortunate to have 3 well-established community centers that cater to the rental needs of its residents: Ulatis, Three Oaks, and McBride Community Centers. Additionally, Georgie Duke Center, Graham Aquatic Center, and the Recreation Center are also available for rentals. Ulatis Community Center is part of the Vacaville Cultural Center campus, sharing space with the Performing Arts Theater and the Solano County Library. Our facility is 8,000 square feet and is dividable to accommodate events ranging from 50 up to 625 guests. Ulatis is extremely popular among the community for rentals and can accommodate parties of most any size, from weddings, fundraisers, and crab feeds to city events and business meetings. Another popular space is the adjoining commercial kitchen. It is available to rent in tandem with a room or individually, such as a recurring candy company rental that tests their recipes. We also have a conference room available for rent. Last fiscal year, we had 141 private rentals, while this fiscal year to date, we already have 139 rentals on the books. Tucked behind the Cultural Center is the Ulatis Gardens. This outdoor space is perfect for intimate gatherings or larger events such as weddings. Last fiscal year, we had 6 private rentals, and this fiscal year to date, we have 4.
Three Oaks Community Center has a convenient location on Alamo Drive, just minutes away from the freeway, and has an ample parking area. The center primarily focuses on supporting in-house recreational programming, such as preschool, music classes, and karate. In the summertime, Three Oaks serves as a hub for several summer camps because it has a variety of rooms and seats adjacent to the skate park, a neighborhood park, and the Graham Aquatic Center. The assembly hall is over 37 square feet and features a theatrical stage, dressing rooms, and makes it ideal for performances and recitals. The multi-purpose rooms can be customized to fit smaller business meetings and events. The woodwork in this community center is gorgeous and provides a unique architectural design. Last fiscal year, we had 39 private rentals, and this fiscal year to date, we have booked 42. Adjacent to Three Oaks is the Walter Graham Aquatic Center, which is available to rent for swimming competitions or to host private parties.
McBride Senior Center is dedicated to enhancing the lives of senior citizens in the community and offers a variety of programs and services. It is desirable for its proximity to downtown Vacaville, the Creekwalk Plaza, and Andrews Park. Evenings and weekends, this space is commonly used for rentals like baby showers, birthdays, and other small gatherings. Last fiscal year, we welcomed 35 private rentals, and so far this fiscal year, we have had 16.
The Georgie Duke Center is a full-service recreation center that offers indoor basketball, badminton, and pickleball. The site also has been used for special events, including wrestling and boxing tournaments, such as this past year's Ugly Dojo wrestling event and the return of the Fight Night at the Duke this past September. Located on Davis Street on the rear side of the ice rink is the Vacaville Recreation Center. This is a 4,000 square foot gymnastics facility offering outstanding training to gymnasts of all levels. There are programs offered to all ages, which include a variety of classes, camps, and open gym. Private lessons are available, offering gymnasts to learn in a fun, positive, and safe environment.
Our neighborhood centers are used for programs such as TGIF, Thank Goodness It's Fun, Adaptive Recreation, which is formerly Therapeutic Rec, Special Interests, and Cultural Arts. We have several community parks available to reserve, including Andrews, Arlington, Lagoon Valley, Magnolia, and Peña Adobe parks. Many parks feature designated picnic areas equipped with tables and grills, creating a welcoming environment for casual get-togethers and celebrations. This year, our rentals are on track to meet or beat last year's bookings. Vacaville also offers additional amenities such as sports fields available for sports activities. Fields available for rent are Al Patch, Arlington, Centennial, Keating, Larson, and Nelson.
On the maintenance items that we have for all the community centers, for Ulatis, we recently installed a new portable stage. Well, not installed, we acquired a portable stage that we use for outdoor events. We added a new ice machine and a recent upgrade of a projector screen. For Three Oaks, we have a new ceiling-mounted projector and a new electrical screen, and of course, a new play structure for the preschool classes that are held there. For the McBride Center, we have the newly installed reinforced security glass at the front reception area.
Throughout our community centers, we are increasing displays of public art. Because we offer such an expansive program list for our older adult community at McBride Senior Center, it is often difficult to find a facility rental times available during the day. The kitchen at Three Oaks Community Center is currently not available as individual rentable space, but is included with room rentals. Our room dividers at Ulatis Community Center lacks sufficient padding for soundproofing, and sound may travel into other events.
Questions, comments, concerns?
Thank you, Christina and Luis, for the presentation. Are there any commissioner questions or comments? I have Commissioner Shea. Oh, sorry. Don't know what I'm doing. Yeah.
We've had a little break. Thank you for the presentation.
Hold on. It's on. Yeah. It's on.
No tinkering. I'm red.
Yeah, you're on.
I can hear
Am
you on the
I? Can you hear me?
microphone. Yeah, I can
Okay,
hear you.
perfect. Thank you for the presentation. I was just curious really quick about the kitchen rental availability at Ulatis. And then also if Three Oaks is ever going to be available for commercial rental. Something that I've seen a lot, just like kind of across the community, is an increase in need for that. I think that like COVID prompted people to do more like order out businesses and food service like that's virtual or delivery only. And I've seen a lot of people just like talking about that in the community. Is that something that you guys would ever be able to accommodate at Three Oaks? Is there like plans to improve that, or?
I think as far as Three Oaks, we do want to upgrade the kitchen. Actually, we've been talking about it recently. But to the degree to make it a full commercial kitchen, that's a little bit of ambitious of a project. It's definitely a lot more money that we might have allocated for it, but at least make it more of a functional space for the rentals so they feel more comfortable using the facility. That's definitely a plus. And in regards of Ulatis, the kitchen facility that we have, that's a full kitchen facility that has seen several rentals in the last year since I started there, for people just exclusively using the kitchen space. As Christina mentioned, there was this renter that used it to test different candy treats that they were making in order to put them up for sale. We were the recipients of the test, so we can't complain.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, that's just one example of people that just use that for the specific purpose of the kitchen.
We do have caterers and other companies too that either inquire or do rent to cook their food there.
Perfect. Thank you.
All right, any other commissioner questions or comments for Christina and Luis? All right, well, thank you both so much for the presentation tonight. Happy New Year.
Thank you.
Hope you all get a lot more rentals. Oh, Sean, sorry.
Yes.
Commissioner McMahon is on.
Thank
Sorry.
you, Chair. One last question. So thank you very much for the presentation. I know our facilities they're great. Some of them need some attention, and we appreciate everything you do to make those the best they can for our community. My question is this about Ulatis Center. We've talked about this for a long time. The gardens in the back are really pretty. They're really nice. They're, in the summertime, evening events would be a great place to have those back there. Do we have electricity back there, or is that still an issue?
We don't have electricity to an extent that we can hold a full-on event. What we normally do, we run power from the adjacent storage area to wherever is needed on the garden, so we can have some sort of electricity. Now, can we run a full-on DJ equipment that's going to have a dance floor? Probably not.
Sure, and that's my point, is I think we're missing an opportunity. I think we've got a beautiful space back there. Springtime, even the summertime, it would be a beautiful venue, and I think we can benefit from that as a community and as a city also. So something to think about, if we can consider that in the future. I know that homelessness has sometimes been an issue back there. There's been break-ins in the theater. Is that still an issue, or is that more under control now?
Go ahead.
I was going to say, I'm not sure about the theater because we don't directly work with them. I know that there's a couple of regulars, but I don't think we've had any issues recently
Great.
within the last few months.
They have been, for the most part, very respectful of the area. They know that, some of them, they just look for shelter overnight, and when the day comes, they hit the road.
Sure.
We had not incidents, but we had a couple people that they full on set little shelter, their tents, not tents, whatnot, but crew came and addressed that issue. So nothing beyond that.
That's great. That's great to hear. Well, thank you again for everything you do and keeping our facilities in the best shape possible. So we appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Commissioner McMahon, and I have Commissioner Berman.
You're not done yet. Well, thank you for your presentation, Christina and Luis. Just a question to get on short tail of Mark Commissioner McMahon back there. Have you guys thought about using a generator for the lattice on the back? Or buying a generator to help with electrical?
I think that's a fire question, isn't it?
Yeah, well, just to clarify on the electrical for the gardens, we have received quotes to run electrical back there. It's worked to this extent that we have it. We're able to run the extension cords to run, certain things that small wedding venues will have. We're trying not to treat it like a community park where you have full electrical back there. We have had large events back there where we had some complaints where the amplified sound was too loud. So it's just that balance of being careful of not having things that are too loud back there, where you have just the right amount of electrical, but not too much where you're really getting too loud for the neighbors. But we have received quotes to run electrical back there, though.
No, I just wanted to ask that question.
Yeah.
But thank you very much for everything.
Questions in Spanish? No?
Español, todo bien. Ahorita no tengo nada para ti.
Todo, all day.
All right, thank you, Commissioner Berman. Thank you, Christina and Luis, so much for the presentation. Sorry, I'm messing up the mics over here. It's new, so when you hit the button, you're hot, okay? Just so you know, when you hit the button, you're hot. Where before I used to have to open your mic. Okay, moving on to agenda item 7, business from the floor. This is a time to address the commission with any items that are not on the agenda, but are within the commission's subject matter jurisdiction. There is a maximum of 3 minutes per speaker. Is there anyone that would like to speak tonight?
Hello, I'm Joan Marquand Wilsey, and I had a great time at the Santa Parade. There were Santa parades around 15 different parks. I was amazed. I looked at the list, but I could only make it to one. And we had it was at our park, Pheasant Country on Madison. There were like 75 people, and actually everyone was waiting at 6 o'clock because the time frame was a little vague, but they were playing in the dark on the playground equipment. So that was kind of interesting. And the parade was longer than any of us imagined it was going to be. And the fabulous thing was the garbage truck. Lights everywhere all over it, and it was really colorful. Plus, every so often, the fire engine or the ambulance would spark a little siren thing, and we'd all jump to, excited for that minute. But it was great to see everyone out with the PAL kids giving out candy, and thank you for doing it. Hope it happens every year.
Thank you. Any other speakers for business from the floor? Okay, seeing none, we will close business from the floor and move on to agenda item 8A. Director Hubbard, would you like to introduce this item?
Absolutely. Thank you, Commission Chair. So every year we approve the 2024 calendar of our scheduled meetings. We try to be consistent with the City Council meetings where we have 2 vacation months, one in December and then this year in July where we're dark for those holidays. So at this time, we would like the commission to approve this year's commission calendar schedule.
Okay, thank you for the update. I do have to open it for public comment?
Yes.
Okay, I'll go ahead and open public comment. Maximum of 3 minutes per speaker. Okay, seeing none, we'll close public comment. And are there any commissioner questions or comments on item 8A? All right, seeing none, if I could get a motion to approve the 2024 Parks and Rec Commission meeting calendar.
Make a motion.
So I have a motion by Berman and a second by Gutierrez. All those in favor? Aye. See, any opposed? Okay, seeing none, it's approved. All right, so agenda item 9A, committee reports. We'll start with 9A, Play for All Committee, Commissioner Shea.
Some really exciting news out at Play for All. The parking lot is done. That is a very big deal because as many of you who have visited the park know that parking was very scarce in comparison to how insanely popular and busy that park is. So there was never really a lot of parking there. There are now 101 additional parking spaces. And that is thanks to a massive effort on multiple parties' parts, and including Parks and Rec Department and the Play for All Committee. Commissioner McMahon helped advocate for that. So it's really, really good for the park. There was a lot of unsafe the park is so popular that people were being unsafe just to get there, and parking like out on a main road and on the shoulder and walking across an area where there's no sidewalks. So this is really, really good news for the park. There are some more developments. They're in mid-development for the ballpark right now that's going to go into phase 2. And it'll be 2 different permits because there will be the ballpark and they're also including a Hall of Fame. So they can do like recognition of donors and sponsors, which is an opportunity to thank people for contributing. And also I'm imagining to continue to generate funds for the park because it is all still very bootstrapped. And in that vein, they have requested an advance on the state grant that was previously reported on, just to get some development going at the park. Because as we know, grants are very bound by requirements and everything. So they're looking to get an advance on that so they can do more development. They've decided officially, and then we had the presentation at the last meeting to develop the labyrinth at the park. So that will be going in as well. And just, they also wanted to let the community know, because there's a lot of feedback, and I think this is across all parks, is that there's never enough shade in our beautiful sunny California weather. And the ballpark is going to have a really, really purposeful and large amount of shading and like, I don't know, sails and stuff like that, to make sure that the ballpark is nice and cool for all of the events that they expect to happen there. And that is all I have for today.
Thank you, Commissioner Shea. Any commissioner questions or comments for Commissioner Shea? All right, seeing none, we will move on to 9B. Thank you, Commissioner Shea. Creek Walk Band Selection Committee, Vice Chair McMahon and Commissioner Gutierrez.
I didn't even remember the date at this.
December 7th.
December 7th. Myself and Commissioner McMahon, along with Arts Advisory Committee member Faye Satel, I think, were invited to listen to several different bands. Was it 100?
I think it was just over 80 this year.
Yeah, it was a lot. We were there for several hours, a few technical difficulties to kickstart things, but once we got going, we got going. We definitely appreciate Kristen Milligan for getting that all set up, and she fed us well. I've done this probably at least like 4 times, so I always enjoy it. I love Creek Walk. I love the enthusiasm of the participants, people who either are returning or hoping to be highlighted or showcased at our Creek Walk. And what was really nice also is there were backup plans for some of the bands that may not be selected, possibly partnering with downtown to find out if they can be featured maybe in a town square concert or maybe even an opening act if they're not selected as the main act. Anything I missed?
No, I think that's it. I just want to say thank you to Kristen and her team. They did a great job of presenting each band. There was a YouTube video of each band that we got to view. It's just as Aisha said, to get through 80-some bands in an evening is a lot. So there was a voting system. We voted. The staff will now take that and calculate which band's rated the highest, and then it comes down to scheduling and budgets and all that other logistic stuff. So however it works out, I know we'll have another very successful Creek Walk series for 2024. So thank you to the staff for that.
Commissioner McMahon and Gutierrez. Comments?
I'd just like to thank Commissioner
Gutierrez for stepping in for me because I was out. Thank you so much.
I do have a quick question, and I'm not sure who can answer this, so I'll open both your mics. But, so how many are selected? So there's 80 applicants, and how many total get selected?
Oh, she said
Is
it
there
was a
8
shorter
weeks?
year this year.
Yes, I'm not sure exactly the number of Creek Walk dates.
There's usually 10.
6 to 8?
Yeah,
10?
there's usually 10, but when we include the 4th of July.
Yeah.
If the 4th of July is close to that Friday, we won't do both, a dual concert within 2 days. So then it'll drop at 1, so like 9.
In previous years, the past few years, we've had a main event, a larger band from
Right.
the past. So that all comes down again to just scheduling and budgets. What money might we have left for the different bands that could perform, so that it's not an easy task. Once we do this every Friday evening during the summer, it takes a lot of work for Kristen and her team to just make those contracts and make sure that those bands are available on the dates that we need them to perform, and then also that we have the sufficient funds to pay the bands to come out. So there's a lot to it, and they do a really good job.
Yeah, it just sounds really competitive, 80 applicants, and so it's good to hear that maybe they're partnering with potentially other opportunities in town.
Yeah.
All right, thank you both for those updates, and we will move on to 9C with an update from the Facility Naming Committee from Commissioner Oz.
Thank you, Chair. The Facility Naming Committee convened this in November. My understanding is that it hadn't been convened since 2016. So we actually have identified 8 parks and facilities that need to be named. So that committee is myself, Chair Vasquez, and Commissioner Bruman as well. Our plan was to spend the November, December having staff put together all the outreach materials and update the application for the naming committee. And so we had the holidays in the middle, so we didn't really want to launch into outreach until the turn of the year. But we are pretty much ready to go. Our plan is to have approximately, so tomorrow you'll see blasts on the city's, all the city's portals to get the word out about the possibility to submit an application to name some of these facilities. And our plan is to have that period to be about 45 days. But the application that everyone will need to complete if they want to submit a name for a particular facility will be due on February 5th. But there will be potentially some time to review applications afterwards if there are any last minute ones. But we'll convene, we tentatively set a date for February 21st for the committee to get back together and review all of the proposed names, and then we'll bring that forward to the commission at the March 1st meeting. Let me just list off the parks and facilities that need to be named. The North Village Neighborhood Park in Area 2 is one. The Green Tree development has 2 neighborhood parks, one in the north and the south area. And so both of those parks will need to be named. The neighborhood park and the center at Brown Street, well, both those, it could be one name for both facilities, but we've listed those as 2. The Vanden Meadows development has a park next to 2 school sites for the Travis Unified School District, but there's a neighborhood park in the Vanden Meadows development that needs to be named. And then in the Roberts Ranch development, there's a community park that needs to be named as well. So we've identified in this wave eight different parks and facilities that need to be named. So what you'll find in the outreach materials is there will be a QR code to be able to go online to fill out an online application. And so we just wanted some basic information about what your what park or facility are you looking to name, and what is the name, and or some of your suggestions and some of the reasons behind some of those suggestions. And I think, Tracy, we were also going to have a paper copy of that available as well to complete.
The application?
Yeah. Or you want to direct everybody online?
Online, it's because it's there with a QR code, they can fill everything out there.
Okay.
But if they need it to be printed, we can print it.
Okay, great. So that QR code will go to the city, and you can complete that, and then that'll come back to the committee for our review and consideration. And some of so you can imagine just all of the different portals, outreach portals that the city has, a Facebook page, Instagram page. But staff has already also put up banners, 8-foot by 4-foot banners at some of the parks. I don't know if he got to all of them, but so if you go to like Bandon Meadows Park, you're going to see a banner just providing that information to the community, particularly that neighborhood, that this site is planned for a neighborhood park, and you have the opportunity to submit a name for consideration. So I'll turn to Chair and Commissioner Bruman if I left anything out in that.
I think you hit it all over the place, yes. But I think it's going to work out great. I think there's a lot of people out there that will participate on it, because especially a lot of people that have lived in Vacaville for a very, very long time that probably been wanting to, but you know what I mean? But it's like you said, it hasn't gone to 2016. So now we're bringing it back. So hopefully the participation will happen.
And I would probably just add, great update, Chair Oz. Chair Oz is the chair, Commissioner Oz is the chair of the Facilities Naming Committee. And just adding that there is a guidelines, the city does have guidelines about naming facilities. And so, if you are considering submitting a name, that you'll probably want to take a look at that PDF just to make sure that some of those guidelines are fulfilled when submitting a name.
So I would just emphasize what was really important to the committee was that we really get a lot of outreach, and we hope to get a lot of responses so that there's quite a few names to consider. So to the extent that anybody can help with that effort, please do. So forward your Facebook post to your friends that you know of, and just remind them. But the staff has made it really easy to complete a really simple application. So, and that meeting will also be we'll also hold a public hearing at the February meeting, so that if you've submitted an application and you want to sort of follow it through, please attend that meeting, and there'll be opportunity for comment for you to advocate for your name and convince the committee that your name is best. So so we certainly welcome that as well.
Any commissioner questions or comments? All right. Thank you, Commissioner Oz and Baruman. Okay, so moving on to agenda item 10, reports of Park Manager Wallace Avio.
Good evening, Madam Chair, Commissioners. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Just have a couple updates for you. I'm sure that as you were out there for the stuff that you were doing out at Play for All, you've seen that we've installed 10 security lights throughout the facility. I think there's 4 in the parking lot and 6 inside the facility. The lighting isn't for to light the facilities so it can be used after dark. It's just for security as police go by to make sure that nothing's happening inside or their people aren't, parking in the back and doing nefarious things. Secondly, out there at Play for All, there was some of the playground surfacing was starting to exhibit, like the park is used so much that it was exhibiting wear patterns and holes that were being created. And so what we did is we had a contractor came in and put in some high wear material in all of the swing bays, the slide exits, and then around all the spin toys so that hopefully this is supposed to be 7 years of not having to replace those areas. It's not to say that it won't have to make other repairs to the other part of it, but that should hold up for us for a while. And then lastly, we did resurfacing repair at the Little Oak Park, which is right there on Salisbury over by Magnolia Park, just a tiny little park over in there, and we just recovered all of the port in place there because it was aged and had holes in it too. So we got that taken care of, and that's it. Any questions?
All right, any commissioner questions or comments for Wallace? Commissioner Oz.
Just, you sort of raised a question for me. When we have contractors that come in and provide some of those facilities, particularly like the playground facilities, are they warranted? So like the work that was recently done, the wear and tear, was that warranted, or did we have an additional expense to that?
So there was an additional expense to have those repairs made. The initial product that was put down didn't. So the product was put down quite a bit before the park was actually open to the public, right? So the warranty had expired on what is out there now. So in those high wear areas, it's a different product that's being used in there, and so that carries the longer term warranty.
But in general, do we get warranties with some of those?
It depends. It depends on what it is. So some of the play equipment typically has a 10-year warranty on any of the parts that are out there. So slides, tubes, those types of plastic. It's mostly the plastic parts that get abused on the playground. So those have 10-year warranties, and then after that, we're responsible for taking over and making the repairs on those. Yep.
All right, any other commissioner questions or comments for Wallace? All right, seeing none, thank you so much, Wallace.
Have a great evening.
And we will move on to 11A, reports of Park Planner Nemo Gonzalez.
Good evening, Chair, Commissioners. Happy New Year. Good to see you all. I've got some quick updates for you all. Just to piggyback on what Commissioner Oz was talking about, there's a development in Vanden Meadows that has a new neighborhood park that's being proposed. That RFP, request for proposal, was issued December 21st with a deadline for proposals for consultants due on January 29th. So I know that that's been a topic that's come up in the past. I just want to give you an update that is moving forward. And then some of the images that I've got to share with you today may be covering some topics that we've also discussed in the past, but these are more completed pictures. This is a facility that we toured during the facilities tour. Three Oaks, we had a small project to introduce a play structure for some of the programming that we run out of the facility. This is a completed project, including not only the structure, but the actual surfacing as well. A little before and after. This is also a Measure M funded project, Meadowlands Park, that was recently completed, and it includes what you see up here, which is we removed some of the lawn and included some adaptive play elements like this swing up here. And we completed the loop to go all the way around the park and added some amenities right at the entrance to the school where the kids get dropped off in the morning and parents wait after school. Again, another Measure M funded project that we worked on, Pheasant Country Park. We were able to add some amenities like a bocce ball court. So again, just the previous condition was just a lawn area that we essentially just removed that lawn and replaced it with some programming elements like the bocce court here. And a shade structure, which I hear through the grapevine, you know, lots of folks complain about not having enough shade. So here we go. We got some shade and some additional picnic areas. And one of the other improvements that we made is we had an old asphalt concrete basketball court that was in disrepair, and we replaced it with a concrete basketball court surface, which hopefully will hold up a little bit better, considering that this was a bit of an island surrounded by lawn, and so it tends to sort of flood. So we're hoping that the change in material will hold up a little bit longer. And that concludes my report. Any questions?
Commissioner, questions or comments for Nemo? All right, seeing none. Thank you so much for the updates, Nemo.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Okay, so moving on to 12A, Parks and Recreation Manager Elizabeth Crescente.
Good evening, Commissioners. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Thank you, Nemo. Appreciate you over there. So we've got a few things to report out on since we last met. If you want to go to the next slide, Nemo, we had a few little events for the holidays. Our first picture is of Merriman on Main tree lighting that happened on November 28th. Was a really big success for us. Of course, you guys know this was the first year that the city was orchestrating it. We anticipate that between 10 and 15,000 people came down, so it was very well attended. Saw a few of you out there. You can probably attest from the visitor side that it was jam-packed with people. We have 38 organizations that hosted booths, and they all had free giveaways. That was one of the stipulations for the event, was everything needed to be free. We had 35 downtown businesses that participated, so that was great. And then we even had a few that popped up the day of that said, oh, we want to do it. So we're going to get those folks organized ahead of time next year. We had 15 local group performances, including all of the local high schools, Vanden, Vacaville High, and Wilsey Wood. The tree was lit at 6:30 p.m. and no earlier. And of course, with any of our events, we've got a list of items that we want to make tweaks to and improve upon for next year. So we're already getting started on that. I actually think that Corey has a video for us of Merriman on Main that the PIO's office put together. So Corey, if you want to go ahead and play that. Maybe he'll do it later. Oh, nope, we're doing it now. Okay, great.
What does a tree lighting like this mean to you and your family?
The kickoff to Christmas season, spending time with friends and family.
Having fun with your friends and family.
It is a time for hope and just a time to celebrate everybody, the ones you love.
It's a lot of culture, character.
Tradition, getting families and friends together, you know, watching a special moment.
Well, we're looking forward to have the most fun that we ever have and just to eat lots of candy canes.
You know, it's nice to see our city get together, you know, at least one time a year, get together, eat good food, you know, it's beautiful.
It's something special, and I don't think a lot of cities do this. It's pretty amazing.
18 years of my life I've been in Vacaville, and I've loved every second of coming here. It's just one of the greatest events, I think.
Hi, Vacaville.
Walking around, seeing all the pretty lights.
Great community, very family oriented. It's a wonderful place to have our kids grow up here. As soon as Mr. Eddie K sings Christmas in Vacaville, it's on.
I love the city, Vacaville.
We love the city of Vacaville.
Woo! Love the city of Vacaville.
It's good times.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome. Thank you all for coming. Look up in the window, everyone. There's Mrs. Claus.
A lot of the community came out. It's very nice to just have that experience with everyone. Have you ever been to Merriman on Main before?
Every year. We're like 2 years old. It's a tradition.
I love Vacaville so much. You don't understand.
Thanks, Corey. So that gives you an idea of how fantastic it was. So that was great. It was nice to see all that wrapped up. So for our second holiday event featured in the middle photo was our Breakfast with Santa, and that's hosted through our early childhood education program. It's for all ages. It's been a long time tradition for us. We actually maxed out with our registration. We had over 120 people attend, and it's really interesting to have families who, when the parents come and say, I was a child in this program and I attended this event, and now I'm an adult bringing my kids here. So just really rooted in the longstanding tradition of a small community. So really fun to see that. This year, Breakfast with Santa was sponsored in part by the Sunrise Rotary Group, which was really amazing. We have not done that partnership before, so they also came in and volunteered and cooked the breakfast portion. So that was really fantastic to have that help. And then our very own Vice Chair McMahon was Santa Claus. So he is in that photo, but you never know it. But thank you very much, Vice Chair McMahon, for lending us your services. And you're hired for all the rest of the years. And our final photo that's on this slide, Joan beat me to the punch in talking about our neighborhood Santa parade that we had during the week, the second week of December. We went to so many different parks. It was such a collaborative effort that was put together through Kristen Milliken and her staff. And we worked with numerous other departments, the fire department, the police department, community development. We had a number of volunteers of city employees who were elves and handed out candy canes. It was just a really cool event. New this year, and definitely stole the show, as Joan mentioned, was the Recology garbage truck. We didn't have a really great picture of it to share, but it's really fantastic. It was absolutely covered in lights. So we look forward to having that event continue next year, and it definitely has some room to expand as more community partners get involved. And then new this year for that, parade attendees actually had an opportunity to vote for their favorite flip. So just getting a little more community involvement and getting folks involved in that. Next slide, Nemo. Happening right now is winter youth basketball. I think everybody here knows that this is probably one of our biggest youth sports programs next to fall baseball. We currently have almost 500 kids registered in the program, spanning kindergarten through 8th grade. 43 teams. We have 151 families waitlisted, and this all happens over the course of just 2 facilities. We have Georgie Duke Sports Center and then also the Davis Street Recreation Center. So it's a big program. If we had additional facilities, we would be able to host even more. And so this program always has such great momentum during the winter. So we are hosting it. It's not going away. Staff have done an amazing job of accommodating all of the families that we have registered. Nemo, next slide. And part of the impact on our Winter Youth Basketball League is that we are getting new flooring at the Davis Street Sport Court. So we actually had to do some very creative relocation of games and practices for some of our teams. So the picture on the left is before. I think everyone here is familiar with what the court looked like. It was that lovely blue flooring with all the lines on it. And then in early December, we actually had staff do a removal of that floor. So that's the picture on the right. And you can see that it came up pretty seamlessly. The new flooring is going to be installed later this month. It's a kind of a laminate slat in place, semi-portable. So if we ever move out of Davis Street, in theory, we should be able to take that flooring with us. But everybody's looking forward to having that project completed. So we should have the after picture available at next month's commission meeting. So we're pretty excited about that. Next slide, Nemo. And then last Thursday, we hosted the Polar Bear Plunge. This is an event that was hosted years and years and years ago and kind of went away. And we just recently brought it back, with last year being kind of the inaugural year. This year, we actually doubled in size of participants, which is awesome. And we got the temperatures down to a balmy 60 degrees. Was very chilly, but it was a great time had by all. There was a costume contest. I think the first place winner was a little guy dressed as one of the Mario brothers. And then we were fortunate enough to have this event sponsored by District 5 and Measure M dollars. So all of the participants got a really nice like beach towel that had the Polar Bear Plunge information on it. So that event is quickly becoming a staple for our aquatics program and just something different that we can offer during the winter months. And all of us crazy folks who want to jump in the pool at night in the cold. Love it. Next slide, Nemo. Coming up in February, a new field trip that we're doing for our youth services program. We're doing a snow trip to Nyack Snow Park. It is in partnership with Peak Adventures. So between their staff and our staff, our kids are going to kind of learn how to use snow equipment, snowshoeing, snow tubing, and doing some of those outdoor education components. It's scheduled for February 23rd for ages 8 to 12, and this is actually part of our Wilderness 101 program that's grant funded, so kind of exciting to be able to extend some of the programming into the winter time where it's traditionally been in the summer as an extension of Camp Adobe. So we're looking forward to hosting this. And next slide, Nemo, I think that's it. So any questions or comments?
Commissioner questions or comments? I have Commissioner Shea.
Just a comment, I kudos to you and all of the many other departments and participants that made Merriman on Main happen. I know you guys kind of got it last minute and you really did an amazing job. And I watched you all scurrying at the event while looking still very calm and cool and collected. So I don't know how you did that, but it was really, really an awesome event. And I do feel like it was insanely packed, and I'm curious to know like how the numbers compared with any previous years, because like it was standing room only, like all the way to the outskirts of the event. So that was pretty amazing. You guys did a fantastic job.
Thank you for that. That's really lovely feedback. And Melody Ocampo spearheaded our team effort. It certainly took all of the city departments to make it happen. We had support from numerous folks, so it was very much, it took the village to put it on. So I think that attendance-wise, from what I've heard, it resembled a little bit more what it used to traditionally, which kind of was the intention to get back to the way it was. So we're thrilled. That was our goal. And so, of course, we want to continue to do that next year. And like I said, we have some things to work on behind the scenes, but I think outwardly it turned out really great.
I would add to, just to echo some of what Commissioner Shea shared, the marketing around the event was really, really great. I think, leading up to even the really cute videos of the little girl in the kitchen or something, like waiting for Merriman on Main, it was really cute, and really, speaks to the commitment. I think you all really threw yourselves in head first into this event. And even during the event, the live streaming, and then afterwards, I was able to watch it after that very disappointing Warriors and Kings game that I attended. But my family attended, and so I was able to watch it once I got home, and it was just really great. So I was sad to miss it, regret having attended that game. Anywho, I did have one piece of feedback from the North Pole. If Santa could at least say welcome or hi to Vacaville. Usually he says a little something.
Yes, that has been noted and will be included next year.
Yeah. I have Commissioner Gutierrez.
Yes, definitely echo what everyone else says. I was there, and I think the most impressive thing, not only the attendance, I definitely think it was pre-COVID attendance numbers as well, but just every corner was activated with something, whether it was music or a downtown business doing something or one of the vendors that was there. Everyone was so friendly and nice and giving things, away. It was, if you couldn't get to the main stage, there were so many other stages to visit and attend. It was amazing. Just kudos to you guys. It was really, 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 really good. Question, because I have a kid that's about to age out of the basketball that you showed. He's in 8th grade, and he's in basketball right now. And I'll probably be there Friday for his game at the Georgia Duke Center. But I'm curious, I don't know if we received an update on any of the scholarship funds, and has that been used for any of these, winter events that the kids are currently in? How's the usage going with the scholarship? Has it been depleted? Is there any left over? Just curious about that.
I can probably speak to that. I think I gave an update somewhere not too long ago. There's 100,000, 150,000, and I think we've allocated close to probably 80,000 of it, and I think it's maybe 60 or 70 has been used. The majority of the scholarship funds are used during our expo for summer camps and swim lessons and things like that. But if we need to go back and ask for more, we have done that in the past. Right. Go to council and ask for more, we will. But we've depleted it every year. So it gets used, and it's getting used month by month.
Nice.
Yeah.
Exciting. It's always nice to see the kids getting back to being active. Thank you.
All right. Any other commissioner questions or comments for Elizabeth? Thank you so much, Elizabeth, for that update. And we will move on to 13A, reports of Director Reggie Hubbard.
Thank you, Commissioner Chair. I don't have any slides, but I just wanted to remind the commissioners of the appointments that are up this year. We have Commissioner Thompson, District 4. We have Commissioner Oz, District 6. We have Commissioner Baruman, who's at large. We have Commissioner Gutierrez, District 2. And those 4 seats are up for reappointment this year. And the deadline to submit your application is January 19th. So if you want to continue on this lovely and vibrant commission, I would say please meet that deadline. Other than that, I think all the staff have done a great job of updating you guys on everything that's happening within the department. As you guys know, this is my very last meeting, and I just wanted to personally thank each and every one of the commissioners for your hard work on this commission. I know it's not easy reading staff reports, and I appreciate you guys volunteering for events. You guys are coming to events, you're volunteering to like the Halloween events and certain things, and that takes time away from your family. The department really appreciates that. I mean, we make it look easy and we make it look fun. You guys make it look easy, but it's a lot of hard work, right? And so we really appreciate you guys' support and coming to the city council meetings and advocating for our department. That's really big, and I hope that you guys continue to do that. We've done a lot of great things over the last couple of years. We've put together, the Park and Rec Master Plan, and we've went through and identified the top things that we want to accomplish over the next couple of years. And I would say, and one, of course, is the multi-purpose sports complex, and I would say continue to advocate for that. And the council is aware that that's our #1 priority, and that's what we need, just based on Elizabeth's her comments about the wait list, right? We need indoor space. And so there's a lot to be done in this department, but you guys have done an outstanding job, and I really appreciate the hard work you guys have done. And that's why I wanted to thank you guys for that. And of course, our staff, there's nothing can be done in the Vacaville community without the hardworking staff that we have. So I just want to say thank you guys. And that's it.
Thank you, Reggie. Any commissioner questions or comments? Oh, big, deep sigh.
Collective sigh.
Yeah. Well, I guess on behalf of the commission, or Commissioner Shea.
Yeah, I was going to.
Okay, yeah, I'll let you go first.
It's hard to even know where to start. I know that you have not been here long, but your presence has been incredibly appreciated, and you will be missed greatly. And I am speaking for myself for sure, but I think I speak for all of us when we say it was a pleasure to work with you, and good luck. And there is a small level of disappointment simmering, but we'll overlook that to say congratulations and, merry journeys and all of those wonderful things. Thank you.
Yeah, I would add too, it's just definitely bittersweet because so many years of service that you've provided to the city of Vacaville. Obviously, you're very deserving of retirement, I guess. But I think, this past year, little over a year that you've been in the director role, I think it's just really been great to see you kind of just jump into the role head first and really lead the Parks and Recreation Department. And, we did a lot in the last year, and really that's a testament to, your leadership within the department and with the team and with the staff. And so I know that you're going to be very much missed in the department, and I know you'll be missed at every first Wednesday of the month at our commission meetings. But you definitely, I'm sure, have some really great plans for retirement. I don't know, does anyone else want to say, or did the collective sigh? Yeah, I know. We can save our tears for next week. Plans on what the city's doing in terms of interim recruitment. Do you have an update on that?
Really briefly, yes, they will be opening the recruitment up here soon. Sitting in my seat in the interim will be the assistant city manager who was here tonight, will be staffing our commission meetings. So that's how things will kind of play out for the interim. Yeah.
Any other commissioner questions or comments for outgoing Director Hubbard? All right. Well, thank you so much, Reggie, for the updates. And we'll move right along to 14A, appointments. So we need to select one commissioner to serve on the Vacaville Art and Cultural Alliance Committee, previously served by Commissioner McMahon. I think at last commission meeting, we were unable to gather a volunteer, and so who would like to volunteer? Any takers on VACA? How often is the committee meet, Commissioner McMahon? Yeah, maybe you could answer that.
So I have served on this committee for the last 3 years. And I think it's important that we rotate positions every now and then just to get fresh ideas and fresh thoughts in there. So I would encourage my fellow commissioners to volunteer for it. It's relatively low commitment. We meet once a month leading up to Arts Week, which is typically in September. And we haven't met since September. So that tells you the commitment of it. It's if you're unable to make the meetings were, for the past year or so, they were virtual, and then they went into in-person. There were times when there were morning meetings and evening meetings just so everybody can make it. So it's very user-friendly. If you're unable to make the meeting, it's probably okay. They send out the minutes of the meeting, and you're able to review those and make your suggestions or comments via email through a group email. So it's really rewarding. It's, there's a lot of members involved in this and a lot of different organizations involved with this, music, art, throughout the community. So it's ran by Visit Vacaville, and they've done a tremendous job. And I have not met the new president of Visit Vacaville yet, but I know she's going to do a great job. And she's got some big shoes to fill after Melissa left. So I would encourage my fellow commissioners to volunteer for it. It's relatively low commitment. And again, I would enjoy to continue doing it, but I really think it's important that we just get new ideas in there, new thoughts.
All right, do I have any volunteers? Any takers? VACA.
Does it even include for the people
You mean terming out? I would think so, and then as long as whenever that term ends, and if you don't reapply and get reappointed, my guess is we would just reappoint on VACA, yeah, whoever comes in.
All right, I'll do it.
All right, so we've got a volunteer in Commissioner Baruman.
We have to still vote.
Yes.
Put my name in the hat then.
So do I have a motion?
I motion.
Second. So a motion by McMahon and a second by Gutierrez. All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Seeing none, congratulations. Thank you, Commissioner Baruman, for being willing to serve on VACA for us. And obviously, we've got a good resource in Commissioner McMahon if you have any questions. All right, so we'll move on to agenda item 15, reports of commission. We'll start with Commissioner Oz.
Well, Happy New Year, everyone. The holidays in Vacaville, as we've witnessed, were fantastic. So again, I want to echo all the comments of the commission here earlier, but I attended Merriment on Main, and I also attended the Air Force Band, the Golden West holiday celebration as well. But I'm just really continue to be impressed every year about how we're able to really bring the community together, and that was really evident during the holiday season. So just congratulations and great job to all those involved. As you might know, I also serve on the VPAT Seasons of Shows Selection Committee, and I was looking at the website the other day, and I was just very impressed with all of the performances that we have scheduled for the next six months or so. And so I just thought I'd just take just a moment. I'm not going to actually say all the dates. You can go to the website and see. But I just wanted to give everybody a sense as to what's upcoming in the next 6 months. We have Step Africa, which I've talked about here earlier, which is going to be a great performance here coming up in January 20th. And then there's a lot of tribute bands, George Michael, the Jim Brickman, Jimmy Vaughn will be here in April. Who's Live Anyway is another comedy show that's coming back. Barbara Streisand, ABBA, Bob Seger, so some other tribute bands, tribute to Motown, the Beatles, Neil Diamond, Led Zeppelin, Fleetwood Mac, and Elvis. So it would be great if those were actually them and themselves. That could be expensive, and some of them have unfortunately passed. But a lot of great tributes. So there's a lot of great performances coming up. So I just thought that was important to highlight. But then lastly, I just wanted to congratulate you again, Reggie, on your retirement, and thank you for your leadership of the committee, of the department, and your 20 plus years. 30. That's why you're retiring. You got here 30 years. So you've certainly made your mark. So yeah, congratulations. And I'll leave the rest of my comments to the retirement party, because you're not quite out the door yet, right? So that's it.
Thank you, Commissioner Oz. Moving on to Commissioner Berumen.
Well, I'll just echo what my Commissioner Oz said. Happy New Year to everyone. Hope everybody had a great New Year's. Again, I always attend the downtown Christmas festivities. It was great. And I have to give you guys applause, because you couldn't tell that it was your first time, okay? Because it was magnificent. I was able to participate and help and do some stuff. But I attend, my family attends, my grandsons attend. Even my daughters were young, so we could keep it traditional. We go every year, and it was amazing, and we have Chinese food afterwards. But no, again, obviously with everything that Elizabeth said regarding the not having enough space for the kids. As we grow, Vacaville is beautiful. We've got to keep it small, keep the small town feeling. But I think that facility for the recreation department definitely is needed, that rec room. And we continue our efforts, but everything that we've done with parks back there and Emo and everybody, thank you so much for whatever you've done. In 2024, we get more parks, right? Get more buildings built fast. But again, Happy New Year, and it's been a pleasure working with you, Mr. Hubbard, Director Hubbard. And I've known you for the 30 years. Yeah, I know when you first started, man. It was amazing, but you obviously stepped into the director role, and you did a great job. Thank you. Yeah.
All right, thank you, Commissioner Berumen. Commissioner Gutierrez.
Yeah, Happy New Year to everyone. I don't know if I have anything different to offer. Again, with Merriment, it was a pleasure partnering with Commissioner Berumen down here and helping with decorating and seeing, just from the beginning, and just even seeing and being involved in that just excitement of, getting prepared for tree lighting. Because I think if you are a resident of Vacaville, I'm a lifelong resident of Vacaville, the tree lighting is the thing. And Corey, thank you for that video. I only a little bit got teared up. It just makes me so proud to be a part of this community. It makes me really proud to be a part of this commission. Reggie, you've been amazing. You've been so personable, so available. You've embraced this commission. You are so approachable. You're open to, you're like, let me know, call me up, send me an email. I so appreciate that, and I apologize. I feel like I haven't appreciated it enough, and now it's coming to an end. I was just like, what? But I mean, you make being a part of this commission fun. I think I've partnered with every single person here on different events, from Creek Walk selection to the Halloween costume, pet costume events. And again, I think that's been all under your leadership and guidance, and just appreciate you and everything you've done, and look forward to celebrating with you at your retirement party as well. For the community and commissioners and city staff, hopefully I will see everyone at the MLK celebration that will be at the Ulata Center on the 15th. It is going to be a great community event. It always kicks off the year. It's, you know, a message of peace and love and community, and yeah, I look forward to it, and that's it for me.
Thank you so much, Commissioner Gutierrez. Commissioner McMahon.
All right, well, thank you very much. And again, I really have nothing new to add what my fellow commissioners haven't already said, but Happy New Year's. Thank you to the staff. Again, Mayor Manuel was flawless. You know, being out there with the 10,000, 15,000 people, you made it look perfect. And, you know, it only gets better from here. So thank you so much to everybody. That is probably the biggest event that the city could do. And you guys made it look flawless this year. So thank you so much. Thank you for the opportunity for allowing me to be a part of the Santa breakfast. It was a whole lot of fun. I absolutely enjoyed it, and I'm available next year if you need me. Director Walker, or excuse me, I had to do it one last time. Director Hubbard. See, now you're leaving, I got to get used to a new name. So, Director Hubbard, thank you so much. You know, it's not easy to lead an organization like this. Well, it's a big organization. It's part of a bigger organization. And you have definitely left your mark here in Vacaville over 31 years, I believe. You have definitely left your mark on projects and for generations to enjoy. So thank you so much for all your hard work. Congratulations. Please go enjoy your family, enjoy your retirement, and you know, please come around and say hello and let us know how it's going. So thank you very much, and congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner McMahon. Commissioner Shea.
I just want to give a big shout out to everybody in the community that's going through all of the sicknesses that are going around right now. There were a lot of holiday events that you guys did that I had planned on attending, and unfortunately my family was one of many families that were just really taken down by some nasty viruses this holiday season. RSV is going around, just a lot of stuff. So solidarity, and it gets better, everybody out there who's been sick for like 2 months straight. But what a way to go out with a bang, Director Hubbard. This holiday season and all of the events that you guys put on just look so fantastic. The ones that I didn't get to attend because of viruses looked so much fun. I'm so sad that we missed the Santa parade at our closest park. That looked amazing. Again, the Merriman on Main was just absolutely fantastic. And I can't imagine what went behind, you know, heading a department that had to coordinate so many other departments and people. So, I mean, just, you know, the last little feather in your cap of 31 years. It's absolutely fantastic. I'm going to tell everybody that I've been alive as long as you've been working for the city of Vacaville and see if I could get away with it. Because that is an absolute a feat of amazingness. So good for you. Congratulations again. And I did also want to shout out the MLK event. I hope that everybody goes. It's a wonderful event. It's really really strong feeling of community and peace, and just a really great vibe. And Commissioner Gutierrez will never say it, but she works really, really hard to put it on, and she'll never take the credit for that. So I just also want to shout her out, whether she likes it or not. And it's really just great to be back with everybody and see everybody after, you know, all of this crazy holiday season. And really, really excited to see what happens with 2024. Although we won't have Director Hubbard, like somebody else said, your legacy, I'm sure, will be very apparent going forward this year. So thank you.
All right, thank you, Commissioner Shea. I almost opened Commissioner Thompson's mic. Oh my gosh. Yeah, speaking of the sicknesses, I feel like I haven't been here in a while because I was out in November and laid out, so maybe I got the bug early. but we were down and out the end of October and most of November. Well, the first half of November at least. But yeah, I mean, my family was able to attend Merriman on Main and just came home and just talked about how great it was. Our daughter performed as part of Vaca High's choir. And the kids were also able to attend the Santa parade, I think at North Orchard Park or Alamo, one of those, after a Cub Scout meeting. And so they ran over there and got to see it, and the whole troop got to see it. So it was a lot of fun. And they were very excited about the Recology truck. So I have video of it. I don't know if I have photos, but I definitely have video. And so yeah, it was really busy December and looking forward to 2024. And I also grabbed tickets because they opened additional VPAT opened an additional night of Who's Live Is It Anyways. So I was able to steal tickets and get tickets. And so I'm hoping to go to that and kicking off 2024 with some good laughter. And I would like to say to Director Hubbard, thank you. I think as a commissioner who's been on now, I think 3 years-ish, I think I probably came in as a skeptic, a little frustrated, and I think you really helped me build trust, and I can see it in how you and your team interact, that there's a lot of trust, and I think that, you really helped me build trust in the team and in what is happening with the city, because I do think I really came in, ready to hit the ground running, feet ablazed, and ready to wanting to see change. And I think that in the last few years, I definitely feel like, we've been able to see that and see some evolution. And I think I just really appreciate you and helping me build trust in what's happening and and being here and being involved and engaged on the commission. So thank you. And you will be missed. Okay, and we'll save the tears for the retirement party. And with that, Happy New Year, everyone. I hope you all have a great January. We will see you February 7th, and we will adjourn the regular meeting until February 7th, 2024 at 6 p.m. Thank you. Good night, Vacaville.